Hi, this is God's Airsofters, and I'm Delta1. Today I'm going to be showing you how to reassemble your A&K M249 saw MK2. First, I'm going to move this because it's in the way. And I don't need that right now. First thing you're going to do is you're going to get your gearbox. Okay? First thing I would find best to do, which is probably the wisest thing to do, is get your spring. Make sure you push this button back and push it in. It will take a little bit of force. Get your spring guide and you just push it in until you hear a click. So now your gearbox has a spring and it's in it. Okay, next thing that you're going to do is you're going to have to get this thing back up here. Okay. And we found it better to just unscrew the stock part right there, so it's a lot easier, and it's more of a pain to get the screw out than it is to keep it in. So next thing you're going to do is, of course, you're going to open your feeding tray, and you're going to get your gearbox like this. You're going to take your wires and you can't really see it on the video, I apologize, but you'll know where to put it. There's a hole in the back. You just kind of feed it in. As you can see, there's wires right here. Just stuff it in your stock. Okay, then next thing you do is just kind of make sure when you close your stock, when you put it back in, that the wires do not get caught in between. That is a nice way to fray your wires, if that is the proper term. I'm just going to close the gearbox because I found it easier to do it that way. Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to notice there's two holes right here that I'm pointing at. Those are the screw holes for the mount to keep the gearbox steady in place. You're going to have two Allen head screws right there. You're going to have to get a Allen head. I have a special little handy dandy screwdriver, which if I knew the name of this toolbox, I'd recommend it to you because it has everything you need. It has Allen heads, weird heads, whatever heads, I don't know, just works. Does really great. So you're gonna get these two Allen head screws. Gonna make sure that your gearbox is in place. You just screw it on in. And make sure to be careful when you insert these screws that you do not strip don't strip them, because they're very important, and I don't know where you can buy more. If someone does know more, just tell us where and just let us know. It'd be a big hand. Next thing you're going to do is you're probably going to flip this thing. I'm flipping mine around again. And you're going to want to get your stock screw that I showed earlier in the earlier video, and you want to put that back in because right now it's just all over the place and it's annoying. It can go in either way, so I personally like the big bolt on the right side of the gun. I don't know why. You screw that back on. Okay, then you notice that we have these parts right here. To put the carrying handle back on, you open up your feed tray, and I personally find it easy to disassemble the whole thing. Just get this off so you don't have this spring just springing all over the place. Make sure when you put it back in, there's a really, really small indentation on the end of this. If you can see it, I don't know if you can. Make sure that is facing outwards when you put it in, because it will be uneven and it possibly can strip the screw. And sometimes it can be a very big pain to put back in. Like right now. It's a very big pain. But it is not as big as the pain of disassembling an AK. I've disassembled one personally. I love AKs, but that is one flaw to an AK. They're a pain to disassemble, in my opinion. It's not the most easy to access, but if you're a pro, you won't really care, because you probably won't have to open your internals up. Okay, now that I've screwed that back in, you're going to put your charging handle back on, like this. Make sure that the metal rod is lined up with the hole in the charging handle, and I'm going to shut it so that I can put the Allen head screw back in. Sorry if I'm taking a while and I'm not saying anything, so my bad. I'm just trying to put the screw back in one-handed. It's kind of hard. You don't necessarily have to make it super tight, but just make it tight enough to where it's not going to come out. So now you have your charging handle back on. Okay. Now from here on out, you don't need tools, which is awesome. It's very easy to access and work on. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your barrel in. I find it easier to put this in and make sure when you put it in that where your BB's feed in the hop up, that is facing towards the feeder, so you can feed your BBs. Sorry if I used the improper name. Oh, come on. Go in. Okay. Then you take your outer barrel and you just slide it on in. And it will take a bit of force, but I just kind of hit it a little bit. And it goes back in. Okay. Next thing you do is you get your bottom handguard. Get this out of the picture, not the picture, but just out of view. You take it like this, and this will be on the left side of the gun where your lever is. So just take it and put it in and pull that, kind of just jimmy it until you find the right spot where it's supposed to go. Right now it's not wanting to go. There we go. And then finally you take this, push it on, and you've reassembled your M249 A&K. This is God's Airsofters, Delta 1 out.